Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, this is kind of an interesting article. The one that I initially found, the newspaper kept trying to force me to pay for it. And every single link to the story was exactly written the same. And the newspaper was a different name. I know, shocking, right? Gotta like the guy's orange garb, don't you? You know, orange is 33, right? Sick and twisted, adopted sons have final say before man sent to prison for sex abuse. Dated April 14th, 2025, by Micah Hatfield. 6 of Hayam Cohen's adopted sons gave their victim impact statements Monday morning before he is sent to prison for 40 years. They're going to love him in prison. Just like all these pedo cops that are getting ready to go to prison. Harris County, Texas. 6 of Hayam Cohen's adopted sons gave their victims impact statements Monday morning before he is sent to prison for 40 years. Also, I want to bring up, and I know I'm speaking to the choir, but notice they're all adopted. You guys see that? They don't really have much checks for these children. In 2023, Cohen was taken into custody after one of his adopted sons made an outcry about sexual abuse on a podcast. Guess they didn't do it before then, did they? Shocking. At the time, the boy was 17 years old, otherwise known as a minor. The boys were removed from the home at the time. Too bad for the Scientology kids, though, huh? The teen said he and his brothers were being sexually abused by their adoptive father and used the term rape, as they should. You know why? Because rape is an act of violence. It's taken without consent. For all the PD that like to do it. He said Child Protective Services, CPS, had conducted 8 investigations. Isn't that amazing? Into the family, but nothing ever came of it. Seems like it never does, doesn't it? Last week, Cohen pleaded guilty to 4 counts of continuous sexual abuse. Just like those cops, hey, in Massachusetts? So that's the charge, you guys. Continuous sexual abuse. So the little girl that was murdered by the cops and sexually abused for 7 years, I would think they would be charged with this too, wouldn't you guys? Continuous sexual abuse of a child, and was given 40 years in prison for each count. So apparently then, just guesstimating, then each one of those Massachusetts cops involved in child rape, continuous child rape, they should get 40 years. Each state is a little different. But wouldn't you guys guess that they would get 40 years per charge in general population? He also pleaded guilty to indecency with a child. Just like those Massachusetts cops. And was sentenced to 15 years in prison. The sentences will run concurrently. So he will spend 40 years in prison without the possibility of parole. So basically, those Massachusetts cops should be in there for about that time too, right? Especially the ones still hiding in the force. Yeah, that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion on pedophile cops. It's my right to have an opinion on it. So he will spend 40 years, you guys know he won't last that long, in prison without the possibility of parole. The charges represent 7 victims, 6 of his 9 adopted sons, and a foreign exchange student. Isn't that something else, you guys? And CPS didn't know what was going on, huh? You guys know about CPS, right? And a foreign exchange student who lived at Cohen's home for a period of time and said he was sexually abused. Is there a wife here somewhere? I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.